Okay, well, I had no intention of writing a book when I heard Darren speak for the first time. It was simply in an internet, learning how to improve your business on the internet as a business consultant, and Darren was the last speaker. And when Darren said, everyone's got a book in them, I agree, and yes, everyone's got a story to tell. And it was just the real connection again with Darren and resonating with his professionalism and integrity and passion with what he does that I connected with. And I didn't get my title on the 3-day weekend that we're here at now. It wasn't until I'd, I think, done the table of contents, and in a nutshell, the whole process was trusting my intuition, going with what Darren offered. And well, I wasn't so much amazed that when I, in meditation, asked who would be the best person to write my foreword, and the name of the Dalai Lama came to me. It was the action that I then took, and then within 6 days after my email to His Holiness, I got a reply that said yes. And not even my friends reply in 6 days to my email. So I really learned how much it is to have effective people around you, because His Holiness certainly has a team of professionals around him that leave him free to do what he does in the world. So the difference in that's made, it's opened the doors that I wouldn't have imagined, and I think my message is be open to whatever could be. I was already in business consulting, talking to sales representatives and sales teams, but I guess so I was already familiar in talking to groups of people, but my passion is about healing naturally and looking after ourselves and not going downward in a spiral when crisis happens. So it opened the doors for me to talk about what I was passionate about, and topics of health, but also the topic of following your dreams to what you can achieve by what I've achieved.
So, okay, so I'm going to, and we'll get you to pass it down, but you can start. I'll start with you. Now, it's, since you've become an author, what have you noticed different? You know, how do people treat you differently? What's it meant for you? You know, and how much is, you know, what's it done from a business perspective for you?
Well, it's given me, my book can be where I can't be. So one example is meeting a community radio announcer that all of the first year, when we were talking in conversation, I said, well, I'm a first-time author. I was really excited. And you can just tell by the body language in speaking to somebody when I say I'm an author, it just shifts to, gee, you've achieved something, gee, you've got discipline, or it says something about who you are. So all of last year I spoke every week on that community radio about my book, and I continue to be the health authority on anything health-wise, because he rings me when he reads something in the paper and says, oh, I'll ring Tracy, she's our local author. And so it's the credibility. And